What's going on, Master Duel fans? James here again. Happy new format to everyone. And now that new cards are coming into the shop, all I can say is that there's not going to be any sight of it at the moment. But until then, we'll just keep on continuing with the ranked duel adventures in this new format. For today's features at the time recording that this video is getting posted, we got Predaplants, Final Countdown, and Lyrilusks. With that being said, let us get into this show. And with this first hand, it's solid. Nephthybis, toss out Dragoon, getting another one because we already got Call in hand. Dragoon getting Deep Sea Minstrel. Minstrel, toss out Dragoon. Discard Max C. Can't confirm. This is brutally screwed over because Super Poly is a card. But at the same time, you got Cordyceps, Darlingtonia Cobra, and Predaplast. Also, when it comes to the history of Predaplants, ever since Darlingtonia Cobra is in hand, this made me think back in the day when the Predaplants first existed, one card Lone Fire or one card Orpheus Scorpio is a Saryuja Skull Dread. Most cases it's Scorpio, Scorpio getting Cobra, Cobra getting Brilliant Fusion, toss the two out into Gem Knight Seraphonite, and then Trick Clown, free special, and that's 4 monsters with different names with just one card, being either Lone Fire or Scorpio to start. And then Predaplast. When it comes to Predaplast, within TCG's history version of the Market Watch, before the reprint of Predaplast, it used to be around like $50 to $70 a pop, because aside from the no reprints thing from way back when, but now that there's a reprint off from Predaplast, if I recall correctly from way back when, it just made the card dirt cheap. But nevertheless, within the rest of this hand, hard rip Predaplast. Dragoon for Deep Sea Diva, and 1 set. Predaplast, reveal Cobra, should be the Prince for Drillo. Well, Tribute Prince for Drosophilium, and then normally Cordyceps. And how fitting about Verte Anaconda in a actual Predaplant. Funny as it is. Anaconda, toss out Red Eyes Fusion. Can't let you do that about getting Dark Dragoon out. And 1 set. Could be literally be anything. Normal Marksman. What the heck? If your Predaplant monster will be killed by battle, you can banish this from your graveyard instead. Aw, dude, there's no way he has another one of those Poly/Fusion name targets, aside from Red Eyes Fuse and Super Poly. So if that's not the case about Marksman, we opted not to use the effect of Marksman because Super Poly is a card. So we decided to play around that. 2 set and pass. Triantis, Anaconda, toss out Super Poly, and based off from this board state, unless I missed something, Anaconda turned Marksman to a Dark, so it's either A, Starving Venom, which literally gets no bonus, or B, the side effect of the scale effect of Triantis. While it's in the scale, if you fuse summon a Dark Fusion, you can also use cards from your Pendulum Scales as material. So if it were to be 3 Darks, Predaplant Dark, that can be valid for Chimera. Two Predaplant names. It could be Ambulo Melodies. Ah, there you are. Triple Vertum. 3 Darks anywhere on the field. Scales included. Goes for 3. For Predaplant, Triviovertum. Level 9, Dark Plant. For some reason, that is a plant and not a dragon, but I totally understand about the Predaplant name, hence why it's a plant, because realistically, it legit looks like a dragon form. And of course, Fusion, 3,000 both ways. 3 dark monsters anywhere on the field, scales included, for this to happen. Gains attack equal to the total original attack of all other monsters on the field with a predator counter. And then each of the following effects once. If your opponent controls a monster with predator counters, free special from the graveyard in defense, being 3,000, which is way too large. And then when your opponent special summons a monsters, more than one, from their extra deck, while you control this Fusion Shokin card as a quick effect, you can negate the summon, as in never hit the field, and if you do, kill that monster. That's crazy card, to be honest. Triantis for the Predator counter. All of the Atlanteans. Minstrel, Neptibus, Marksman. Minstrel milled off the title, which is really, really good. And then Cosmic Cyclone talents to have Dragoons go to the bottom of the deck, and then Predaplant's Scoop. Does he not have Scorpio? Okay, so for the sake of Anaconda's fusion / poly targets, 1 Red Eyes Fuse, 1 Ultra Poly, 2 Super Polys, 1 Predator Prime Fusion. And according to Anaconda, Fusion or Poly, normal or quick play spell in any shape or form. Okay, so yeah, it's still doable as long as you have the correct placements and or correct materials as well. But no Orpheus Scorpio. And yet, opponent has the majority of the Predaplants. I'm pretty much guessing the main deck is the budget version of Predaplants, because I've seen normals and rares out of this. But let me see. Ultra Polys SR, Super Polys UR, and then Red Eyes Fuse is a super. Okay, so apparently, just like how I always do with the normals and rares, making the cards all glossed out. And this next matchup with this hand, it's solid. Extravagance, banish 6, draw 2, and 1 set. Normal infantry, threatening roar. So basically, while my opponent is safe from attacks, I might as well go crazy. Extra normal Deep Sea Diva, special Neptibus, toss out Dragoon, Call of the Atlanteans. Dragoon's getting Artisan effect. Oop. Okay, so about the cards that were blinking, it was Chicken Game, Double Upstarts, Swords Are Revealing Light, and Monster Reborn. So basically, can confirm, no harm, no foul. And 3 sets. Duality. Heavy Storm, Aroma Jar, Battle Fader. Gets Heavy Storm, and the moment my opponent grabs Heavy Storm, we are going to use Spiritual Water Art Aoi as an old card, courtesy of Awakening of the Possessed God Gigabyte. If you're not too familiar about Spiritual Water Art, not once per turn, should be 1 water monster, look at your opponent's hand, then send 1 card from their hand to the graveyard. Okay, now there we go, ladies and gentlemen. So before the initial pickup of Heavy Storm, which of course it seems to me that Pot of Duality was the 6th card after revealing the hand, the original starting 5 hand from that last turn was 2 Upstart Goblins, Chicken Game, Swords Are Revealing Light, and Monster Reborn, as I said from earlier. In other words, can confirm, no harm, no foul. And rip Heavy Storm. Upstart. Immediately Blizzard the Upstarts. Upstart again. You're under Blizzard. Chicken Game. Draw on 1. Feather Duster. Chain, Call of the Atlanteans. Minstrel, or not Minstrel, Artisan. Infantry. Neptibus. Swords. And pass. Extra normal Deep Sea, courtesy of Infantry, special out the guitar. Guitar. Banishing 5 cards from the top of the deck. Battle Fader, Frozen Soul, Gold Sark, Metion, and Aroma Jar. And basically, Guitar is basically like one of those watery version of Runics, which is crazy. Guitar, level modify. Trishula, Dragon of the Ice Barrier, banish the swords, banish the roar, banish the upstart. Neptibus, toss out Dragoon. Getting Call, Dragoon for Deep Sea. Deep Sea, Special Marksman. Link off into Coral. Sink into this rather old synchro that most people forgot about in water decks in general. Sea Dragon Lord Gishelnodon. Level 5 Water Sea Serpent. For some reason, that is a sea serpent and not a dragon. But I totally understand, Konami. Synchro. 1 tuner plus 1 level 3 non-tuner, to be specific, as a 5. When a face-up level 3 or lower monster on the field is sent to the graveyard, this card's attack becomes 3,000 until the end phase of this turn. Coral, revive Guitar, link off into Miss Starboy, make it 3,000, 8,100 damage. And let's see, based off from those banished cards, if that last card in hand is a Battle Fader or Swift Scarecrow, all I can say is that my opponent is still alive. But otherwise, Chicken Game, kill the card itself. Okay, so it's not either of those. Trishula, making it lethal. Okay, so let's see. 3 Battle Fader, 3 Swift Scarecrow, 3 Aroma Jar, 3 Marshmallow, 2 Lava Golem, 3 Matayon, 3 Swords, 3 Final Countdown, 3 Upstarts, Heavy Storm, Monster Reborn, Feather Duster, 2 Gold Sarks, Duality, 1 Day of Peace, Pot of Extravagance, 2 Chicken Game, Frozen Soul, and 3 Threatening Roar. As an old card for Frozen Soul, if you're not too familiar with it, you can only activate this card when your life points are at least 2,000 lower than your opponent's. The case is, skip your opponent's next battle phase. And then extra deck is basically, we don't care due to Pot of Extravagances. Unless if for some reason, based off from those rank 3s, I'm guessing at least 2 Marshmallow could go into either Giga Brilliance, 2 of them, 2 of number 75, Ashura King, which I imagine it takes 3 Marshmallows to make it because they're level 3s. And then basically the whole entire rest of the whole extra is basically we don't care at this point. Oh, and Goblin Biker, Troika, Gruyere, for the sake of the 2+ level 3s to make it. And yeah, the rest is just blanks due to Pot of Extravagant use. And then as for the Lyrilusks, spicing in Obelisk the Tormentor. Nice. And last but not least, with this hand, it's been a long while seeing title in hand. Nephthybis toss out Dragoon for call. Dragoon, getting Artisan. Artisan. Can't confirm. This hand is broke in Lyrilusk. But otherwise, no harm, no foul. Dragoon or title. Discard Dragoon, toss out Poseidra, a rather old Atlantean that most have no clue about Poseidra. So as an old card, if you're not too familiar with Poseidra, level 7, Water Sea Serpent, 2,800 attack, 1,600 defense. You contribute 3 level 3 or lower water monsters, doesn't matter what kinds of water monsters in any shape or form. Special summon this card from your hand or graveyard. If you do, return all spell traps on the field to the hand, and if 3 or more cards are returned to the hand or from this effect, all monsters your opponent controls currently lose 300 attack for each. Basically, the more back row there is on the field, it's Giant Trunade all over again with a mega debuff. and 2 sets. Also, I opted to keep the Call of the Atlanteans from the hand, only because we don't got enough targets. Also, main decking Subversion in Lyrilusk. Are you actually kidding me? Placing Prince in back row. Bird Call. Getting Turquoise. Special it out. Turquoise special, Cobalt. Cobalt getting Slower Swallow. Wind Witch Nobel, free special, special Slower Swallow. AZ Shoken into Assemble. AZ Shoken into Recital Starling, which, by the way, can't be targeted due to Cobalt Sparrow. Recital Starling, boost up Assemble. Recital, grabbing Barrel. Barrel, target Cobalt. Called by on Cobalt. Bird Sanctuary, activated. Chain Forbidden Chalice, we do not want Assemble causing too much damage. Set 1, could be literally anything. And pass. Cyclone to set into Threatening Roar, which we already knew about. Normal Deep Sea Diva. Protect itself by the opponents. Assemble. Special out the Prince. Prince toss out Dragoon, getting Call. Dragoon for Mooling Glacia. Special it out. Delinquent Duo of Elemental Lords. Turquoise. Barrel. Lose out the next battle phase, but synchro into Changing. Title effect, banish 2. Changing, banish the XZ, banish the Barrel. 2 waters into Coral. Coral, bring back Neptibus. 2 waters into Miss Starboy. And pass due to Threatening Roar. Title effect. And we opted not to use Changing to banish a card from the field specifically, because once there are no cards on the field left, it makes evenly match, Lightning Storm, and anything else that says it's either you gotta have nothing on the field or no face downs to make it live. So basically, we just left Bird Sanctuary alone to make certain spell trap staples become completely dead on the spot. Opponent drew, opponent pass. Title goes back. Title, discard Artisan, toss out Guitar, Call of the Atlanteans, Guitar, Diva, Neptibus, Guitar, banishing the 5, Titanocider, another Bird Sanctuary, Barrel Canary, Lost Wind, XZ Reflect. And it's a rare counter trap. When a spell trap card or a monster effect is activated that targets a face-up XZ monsters, literally anywhere on the field, more than one, negate the activation, and if you do, kill it, then burn your opponent 800 damage. That's crazy card, to be honest. 48, 2000, and Miss Starboy lethal. So guys, that's going to do it for today's Ranked Duel features. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And if you haven't already, smash the notification bell to keep yourself constantly updated. And we will catch you guys next time.